The 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifiers are already on, and Uganda, through their coach PowerPoint, have summoned over 26 players that are going to be taking part in these interesting qualifiers. My name is Brian, and I'm here today to give you a few things that I think will be worked on to see that our national team tries as much as they can to qualify for that interesting that is a tournament that is going to be in the USA in 2026. And we all know that Algeria are topping Group G with over 19 points. That means that Uganda at 15 points have to accumulate a couple of points in there. They have 2 games to go. One against that is an interesting Botswana team that will be on Thursday, the 9th of October, and then that will also take us to the next game that will be against Algeria. That will be on Tuesday, 14th of October, all the way in Algeria. Both games are going to be away games. That means that Uganda, after winning their previous 2 home games, we need to go away. We need to come back bigger and better. The team that has been summoned has a mixture of experience, has a mixture of new debutants that are part of the team. Then it also has local plus players that have been around, that know how to do it and when to do it. And of course, we believe that that will be something like a good mix that will help the team qualify in there. And of course, looking at the team that has been summoned, today it's about just the team that has been summoned and telling you where I think the formations will be working. In the goalkeeping position, Denis Onyango, a legend, and you all know that he has been at the national team for so many games, and today he's also being someone. He is playing all the way in the Melody Sounders, all the way in South Africa. He's going to be part of that team. He's a veteran and he brings experience to this team as well. Looking at as well the other player that started before him in the previous games, Salim Omar Magola. He's a player that we all know that he has good reflexes that will come in to help the national team in there. And of course, another player that has also been summoned in is another player that is also called Nafin Ilionzi. He plays all the way for the Defense Forces in Ethiopia. He's part of that goalkeeping position. He was one of the few players that were very solid in the Sekafa tournament, and you expect him also to be a reliable third option for the team. And of course, the question is going to be between the 3 keepers, what really makes sense? Are you going for the old, studied as well as tested goalkeeper in Onyango, or you're going to go for Salim? But of course, a lot of people will say Onyango is a little bit more experienced, and some of the games like Algeria need the calmness, need composure, need for you to pass the ball out and to retain possession. And I think that will be a question of whether PowerPoint will choose one of the 2. But we expect, of course, I expect one of the games, and I think the first game against Botswana, I expect it to be this player by the names of Onyango, and then of course maybe he might choose to play Salim in the other more competitive and more that is a complicated game. On the other side, of course, the defenders, we expect Elio Capradossi. He's a player that has joined the national team lately, and you expect him to be one of the players. He plays all the way in Romania, and he is a player that really will bring the experience to help anchor that defense. On the other side, we have Roger Torach, who is also playing for Vipers. He's a strong tackler and is expected to at least give that kind of composure to the defense. And of course, he's a player that plays domestically here, so it means that integrating into the national team will be a little bit easy for the players that are here. We have Toby Sibic. He's a player that has really gained a lot of popularity from Bolton Albion, and he's a player that really brought a lot of experience. His composure, his calmness on the ball, and his ability and versatility to play alongside any player on that defense line really makes him one of the few players that we can use there. He has a very good physical presence, and I really like the fact that he's also part of this team. He has experience as well to really play against the best of the best out there. Hilary Mukundane, he's another player that is also very reliable in this squad. You expect him to really give us that aerial threat. So he's another player that you expect to be part of that team. Jonad Jordan Obita. He plays for Hibernian all the way in Scotland. He's one of the few natural left backs that you can really bring into that team. And of course, he has that stamina and excellent crossing as well as calmness on the ball. So you expect him to be part of that team. Aziz Kayondo, who plays all the way in Czech Republic in Slovan Liberec, is another player that also will also give us a good attacking fullback position. So you expect him also to really help us so much in the overlaps if we are told we need that, if at all the game plan is about that. On the other side, we have Herbert Achai from KCFC. He's also another versatile left back, really can give us really a decent defensive awareness. Gavin Chizito, he's a player from KCCA. He's also another player that also can really give us the strength as well as the height in that defense if at all we need to do very good defensive duties. Of course, it's a mixture of flexibility, strength as well as calmness in that defense. So I believe that that will be the basis of really how really we shall do that. And of course, going through very fast through the midfield, Ronald Sechiganda from APR in Rwanda, box-to-box player. We have Kenneth Semakula as well. He plays all the way in Kuwait. He's a defensive midfielder. He's also very good at shielding the back line and a very good distributor as well of the ball. We have Allan Oyirwoth. He's a player from the US. He's a rising player from New England Revolution, very technical and creative as well. He's a new lad and you expect him to learn from the best, and when things come to the worst, he can be thrown in there and he can really give us another kind of option. Enoch Sebagar as well from Vipers FC. He's a versatile player as well, steady domestic player with depth option as well in that midfield. Bobosi Byaruhanga from Auckland roots in the USA. He's very dynamic, also having good ball carrying techniques as well. So he's expected also to add versatility in that midfield as well. So in the forward position, we expect the likes of Denis Onyango from APR, Alan Okelo as well. He's been one of the most creative players and very perfect players in that attacking line. And of course, statistics don't lie. He's been the best when it comes to that national team. Joseph Mpande as well. He's an experienced clinical finish as well. You expect him to add something to that team. Rogers Mato, speedy wing as well. He thrives on counter attacks and is very good technical at all. He's very technically good when you give him those spaces. He can shoot the ball as well. Regan Mpande as well. He's a young striker as well. Very raw and very ready to learn. So this is a mixture of the old lot as well as the young lot that can really learn and give us something extra in the next years. Jude Semugabi, he's an all-rounder. He brings that energy to that attacking. He runs like there's no one really better than him on the pitch. So he really gives that strength into the attacking line. We have Uche Kipazuku. He's another player. The name's a little bit complicated, of course. He's also referred as Moviru as well. He's a player that really, I believe, that can be given that opportunity. If at all we need that lone striker that can hold the ball, that can shield off the ball, the defenders, and keep them at bay and wait for the attackers to come in. If at all we are playing teams like Algeria that really are so much technical and we need so much numbers in our defensive line or midfield backup. So he's a player that can really give us that physical feel. Very good in the air and also very good at striking the ball. So he's another new lad. He has not got a lot of chances to play on that national team, but I believe that he can really give us. He plays all the way in Johnstone, all the way in Scotland, so he has the experience, the international experience. He can really come in and do something. Then the last player that can we can add to that attacking line is Travis Mutyaba. He's a player that plays all the way in Tunisia in CS Safien. He's a player that really has done so much on the African scene, especially when it comes to winning big trophies. Though he's still a young lad, but he can create moments of brilliances. And of course, before Allan Oyirwoth came to the scene and became the image and the idol of the national team, he was one of the few players that we expected to really spark that kind of strength in there. So there's a variety of strength as well as talent in that attacking line, and we expect it to be the basis in there. And of course, we expect it to be either a 4-3-3 or 4-2-3-1 against Botswana, because I think it's going to be more attacking. Then when we look at Algeria, we are supposed to be very careful because we might go all the way to win the game and then end up losing it. So we have to be very careful. So defensive 4-5-1 to me works very well, especially against a bigger team like that. Then get them on that counter attack and then get those maximum points in there. So we are waiting to see whether that will be very crucial. But of course, I think three players that really are very crucial in that team, in that selection. Onyango, if at all we are to go with him, it will give us the experience, the calmness and the composure. But of course, sometimes some games will need a little bit of a younger, physical and more energetic, excited player that can really give us the momentum in there. But of course, on the attacking flair as well, we expect to have really against Botswana, we are going to go all guns blazing. Okay, we are waiting to see how we shall be performing against them in there. And of course, overall, what we need, at least we need the 3 points to go to 18 points. That will place us in one of the best placed teams in the second position. But if we all go out there and win the next 2 games, I think that will be a plus for us. That means that we shall be on the verge of qualifying. But of course, you all know that on 19 points, already Algeria really look like the team that are going to be in the next World Cup, but we need really to fight till the last hurdle. So we are waiting to see how that will happen. I really expect the national team to really perform very well. But of course, whatever result comes our way, we shall regard it as a very successful World Cup qualifier. And of course, waiting to see how the team will be performing in the African Cup of Nations. My name is Brian. Thank you so much for being part of this. Enjoy your day. Stay safe and bye-bye.